We gotta go. 1, 2, ready. America the Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to North Allegheny Senior High School. Prior to the beginning of our formal commencement ceremony, a few general announcements. For your convenience, bottled water and pop are available for purchase at the north end of the stadium, which is to your left at our concession stand. Free water is available at both ends of the bleachers in front of the stands. Restrooms are located behind both ends of the stadium. We thank our custodial staff for providing this service. School photographers from Media Photography will be on stage taking pictures this evening of each graduate when they are awarded their diploma. Media Photography will contact each family with picture proofs. We ask for your cooperation and ask that you do not enter the field or approach the stage during the ceremony. Additionally, we respectfully ask you refrain from using air horns during tonight's ceremony, as it may prohibit others from hearing their graduate's name read. Senior video order forms are available at the concession stand. For $30, the 2019 senior video includes highlights from homecoming, prom, post-prom, senior banquet, and graduation. The video will be available on a USB flash drive and will be mailed in July. Thank you for cooperation. This evening's event will begin promptly at 7 p.m.
Okay, America the Beautiful. Ready?
fantastic job. Band is one group that we can always count on to show up and help us out. You guys sound terrific tonight. It's greatly appreciated. Have a great celebration. This means a lot to our seniors as well. So thank you again. You guys look great and sound great. Thank you.
Band forms up. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the North Allegheny alma mater. The words can be found in the back of the commencement program. The alma mater will be played by members of the North Allegheny Wind Ensemble. Conducting the alma mater this evening are North Allegheny Marching Band field conductors from the 2018-2019 marching season, Jack Lopazinski, Ellie Rapp, and Becca Wickett.
One, two, three, four.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard presents the colors.
Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Please remain standing as seniors Melina Bowser, Natalie Dannenhirsch, Patrick Gormley, Daniel Rogers, Lauren Smith, Mary Catherine Stewart, Isabella Tumalo, and Elizabeth Woods sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
Melina, Natalie, Patrick, Daniel, Lauren, Marianne, Mary Catherine, Isabella, and Libby, thank you again for an outstanding performance. It has been a pleasure enjoying your voices over the years. And thank you also to the members of our JROTC, whose unit recently traveled to Florida, Gettysburg, Colorado Springs, and Camp Perry, Ohio this year, and will be leaving for Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand next week on a Vietnam War historical tour. This year, our competitive air rifle team placed 4th in the national championships, and the Stellar Explorers team finished 4th nationally. The JROCT program earned the Distinguished Unit Award, recognizing the top 10% of programs across the United States, Asia, and Europe. They are an outstanding group of cadets who demonstrate strong character and discipline while serving as positive role models and going out of their way to help members of our extended community. They consistently conduct themselves with pride and respect. They are under the direction of Major Scott Kohler and Chief Terry Spear. Parents, grandparents, family members, and friends, on behalf of the administration at the intermediate high school and the senior high school, I'd like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2019. My name is John Kreider, and I have the honor and privilege of serving this school district as the high school principal. Tonight, we are here to recognize and award the class of 2019 with their high school diploma, and we could not have asked for better weather. Performing for graduation tonight are our 9th, 10th, and 11th grade wind ensemble. Our wind ensemble has performed in local, state, and national competitions. The members of the group have worked for countless hours refining their skills and have traveled extensively in order to perform nationally. In April of this year, members of our band traveled to Nashville, Tennessee, where they participated in band clinics sponsored by music faculty members from Vanderbilt and Belmont universities. Additionally, the marching band was a featured performer at the Grand Ole Opry. While in Nashville, Jazz 1, Jazz 2, Nash Honors Wind Ensemble, and the NAI Wind Ensemble all received superior ratings from a panel of Grammy Award-winning clinicians. The dedication exhibited by these students demonstrates their love and passion for music and their commitment to excellence. They are directed by Mr. Todd Steffen and Mr. Steve Baldanzi. And congratulations to all members of our music department for being recognized as the National Association of Music Merchants Foundation as one of the best communities for music education for the 13th consecutive year. Thank you again to all of our performers this evening. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the President of the North Allegheny School Board of Directors, Mr. Rick McClure.
Thank you, Dr. Kreider. The members of this board are honored to participate in this celebration this evening. Less than 2 weeks ago, this district lost an icon. Joe Bullock, a 46-year employee, former softball, golf, and bowling coach, and founder of the North Allegheny History Museum. Raised in this area as a foster child long before this district was formed, Joe became known as Mr. North Allegheny. A graduate here this evening will receive the Joe Bullock Scholarship. We would like you to remember Joe's love for this school, and Joe would want to remind all of us of the importance of giving back to your community. The North Allegheny School Board. Mr. Scott Russell, Mrs. Allison Minton, Mr. Kevin Muller, Mr. Andy Chomos, Mrs. Libby Blackburn, and Board Vice President, Mr. Chris Disk. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 North Allegheny Board of Directors. Thank you. Graduates, as Joe would say, live your best life and be kind to everyone, always. Best wishes to each of you.
Thank you, Mr. McClure. Also joining us this evening for this special occasion, Dr. Robert Shear, Superintendent, Mrs. Caitlin Ewing, Principal at North Allegheny Intermediate High School, Mr. David Christopher, Assistant Superintendent for K-12 Education and Deputy Superintendent, Dr. James Bradley, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education, Dr. Jillian Bishel, Director of Curriculum, Assessment, and Professional Development, Mr. Richard Platts, Director of Technology and Innovation, Dr. Joseph Shulo, Director of Student Services, Mr. Dan Swager, Principal, Marshall Middle School, Mrs. Josie Brodnock, Senior High World Language Teacher and Department Liaison, Mr. Joe Truesdale, Senior High English Teacher and Department Liaison, Mr. Matt Buchak, Assistant Principal, Marshall Middle School, and our class officers, Senior Class President, Michael Matuli, Vice President, Roma Rainaday, Secretary, Antonia Christou, Treasurer, Melanie Berkovich, Publicity Director, Reed Sotheby, and our student speakers for this evening, Jack Lopapinski and Ellie Rapp. Thank you all for joining us this evening. At this time, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce the first student speaker of this evening, your senior class president for 2 consecutive terms, Michael Matoli.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Matoli, and I've had the tremendous honor of serving this student body as class president for the past 2 years. As you can probably tell, tonight is a very exciting night, and I'm very honored and grateful for the opportunity to speak to you all this evening. Firstly, I would like to thank my mom and my dad for helping me get here today. They've pushed me to be the best that I can be, and they've modeled for me what it looks like to live a life of integrity and hard work. Secondly, I would like to thank all of the teachers and mentors that saw my potential and invested in me so that I can be here today. I will never forget the influence that you have had on my life, and I greatly appreciate you. And thirdly, I would like to thank all of the students right here in front of me. You all are an incredibly upstanding and talented group of people, and every day I was inspired by the way you all aimed high in your academics, worked hard at what you were passionate about, and contributed so much to our school. Embarking on this 4-year journey with you has been incredible. Thank you for placing your trust in me and electing me to this wonderful position. I've grown so much as a person and as a leader because of it. For many of us, high school was full of firsts. And if you're sitting there looking at me thinking, no, it wasn't, I know you're lying. For some of us, there was the first football game, the first class, sitting next to a kid that had a beard. Now, I'm not talking about a meager 5 o'clock shadow. I'm talking about a full beard like Tom Hanks at the end of the movie Castaway. Remember in middle school when guys used to brag about shaving a measly 2 hairs off their chin, and then all of a sudden, NAI was like walking onto the set of a Gillette shaving commercial? I mean, it was crazy. There were lots of grown men walking around NAI in 9th grade, that's for sure. The first homecoming dance, where many of us left behind the awkward dance moves that we used at middle school ice cream socials, like the thumbs up, and replace them with a new dance move, affectionately called grinding. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't look it up. That's just weird. Who remembers the first all-nighter studying for that test that you had ample time to prepare for? Or everyone's favorite, the first high school girlfriend, then the second high school girlfriend, then the third high school girlfriend, then the figuring out that maybe you were the problem. Together and individually, we overcame many challenges and disappointments. We learned that no matter what life hands us, we can rise to the occasion with courage and tenacity. I think the biggest high school disappointment for me was finding out that NA high school start times were in fact not going to be pushed back. I don't think you understand how frustrating that was for me. It takes guys like Dr. Kreider and I a long time to get our hair ready in the morning. Right, Dr. Kreider? He agrees with me. Some things changed. We now have 5 student-faculty discounts with local franchises. That includes Smoothie King, Monticello's, Yum Frozen Yogurt, Brewster's Ice Cream, and Rita's Italian Ice. Some of our sports teams added more championships and accolades to their name this year. Tigerthon this year raised over $100,000 in the fight against pediatric cancer. Great job to Kristen Chomos and her team on that one. But some things may never change, like the fact that Allegheny County Prison still has more windows than North Allegheny Senior High School. That's true. Or the fact that people still confuse me with my best friend, Wezium Kondawire. In fact, I'm pretty sure back in September someone said, "Hey Wes, congrats on winning the presidency." I mean, there must be some obvious similarity between the two of us that causes you guys to mix us up so often. Oh, I know why. It's because we're both blessed with really good looks, right? Yeah. Today, we get to step out into the real world, armed with all of the skills that we've acquired throughout high school, like how to analyze 17th century poetry, how to kayak in a swimming pool. Where are all my gym class people? Yeah, wave at me. How to simplify a fraction comprised of two fractions over a fraction within a fraction. How to identify mitochondria in a cell. You know, all the stuff that our future employers will be looking for. As we leave the corridors of Nash and step out into the real world, there will be a lot of new. New questions to ask ourselves. What kind of person do I want to be? What values are most important to me? Who do I want to surround myself with? Is this week-old ramen still safe to eat? But the most important question of all is, how can I make an impact? Because success is not measured by how much money we have, the amount of trophies on our shelves, the amount of followers that we have on our social media, or our material possessions. It's measured by the impact we make on the people around us, the community that surrounds us, and the world that we live in. It's also measured by the things that we set in motion. That's our legacy. That idea is what motivated me to negotiate with local business owners in order to bring student-faculty discounts to our school district for the first time. That was my impact. It's why class council and I worked so hard to make our first annual Celebrate the Seniors event memorable. That was the class of 2019's legacy. And I would be remiss if I didn't take another moment to acknowledge the brilliant people I worked with in class council. Roma, Reed, Melanie, and Tanya are absolutely extraordinary people who I was blessed to work with this year. And a lot of what I accomplished and what we accomplished would not have been feasible without them. So thank you guys. This position as president taught me that just having a title doesn't mean people will remember you. Let me repeat that. Just having a title doesn't mean people will remember you. Titles get passed on, but your individual impact and your legacy, that will outlive you and make a far-reaching difference. That will always be yours, and no one can take that from you. So as we move on into our next chapters of life, I want to offer us all here today this challenge. Actively seek out ways to make an impact wherever you are. Whether it's grand gestures like billionaire Robert Smith paying the student debt of the entire 2019 graduating class of Morehouse College, or random acts of kindness like paying for the coffee of someone behind you in line at your favorite coffee shop. Whether it's big or small, everything counts. Class of 2019, now is our time. Our time to triumph, our time to innovate, our time to grow, our time to engage, our time to rejoice, and our time to shine. That acronym spells out Tigers, which is what we'll always be. Guys, I'm so proud of you. I love each and every one of you, and I believe that you'll go out and affect our world for the better. Just always remember where you came from. Keep this place in your heart. Congratulations, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. As senior class president, you served as a positive role model for others, and your ambitious and positive attitude was certainly contagious. Thank you for all the work that you accomplished as class president. Each spring, the senior high school conducts auditions open to all members of the senior class wishing to speak at commencement. This year, we have 2 seniors selected by a panel of teachers, administrators, and students who will address the class. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker selected at large for this honor, Ellie Rapp.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be here tonight, and before I begin, hi, Mom. Breathe, keep your eye on the ball, just swing. Those were the words I repeated to myself approximately 800,000 times during my first ever rec softball game. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. This is a rare sighting. Oh, if they could get it up there. Well, if it's not up there, it is a picture of me in my Little League softball uniform. And this is rare because it's a future drum major doing sports. Wow. There was a massive amount of pressure on me to do well, since my friends had joined a few years prior, and I really wanted to be up to par with the rest of the team. When it was my turn to step up to the plate, my legs were shaking so badly that if the wind blew hard enough, I would have collapsed on home plate. Game over, good night, no crying in softball, bye. I was about to pee my pants. But anyways, I tried maintaining my composure and anxiously waited for the pitch. Breathe, keep your eye on the ball, just swing. My eyes were locked onto the softball as it was thrown out of the pitcher's hand. I focused on its every rotation in the air. I was destined to hit the ball. Or not. The ball flew past my face right into the catcher's mitt. Strike one. I took a step back to readjust my stance and reset for the next pitch. But before I could even return to the batter's box, the pitch was already past me, strike two. Yet thanks for that, pitcher, very classy move. I didn't know 11-year-olds were so merciless. Nevertheless, I recuperated. I took a deep breath, made sure to plant my feet, and fixated my eyes on the next pitch. This one. It was just like when you walk out of a test thinking you aced it to find that you got a 5% and spelled your name wrong. Strike three, I was out. I walked back to the bench to be bombarded by pitiful comments. You'll get 'em next time. That's okay. I knew it was bad when the umpire joined in too. I sat down and slumped back, embarrassed about my incredibly unfortunate at-bat. But honestly, it wasn't even the feeling of being an unathletic fifth grader that made me red in the face. It was the fact that I didn't even try. On the very last pitch, my mind was so overtaken by the fear of failing that for the third and final time, I watched a pitch go by, right in front of my face. I just stood there, eyes glazed over, and didn't move my bat a single inch. I didn't try. Whether it's on the softball field, in the classroom, or at home, we always fear making mistakes, and as soon as we give our effort and things go wrong, we lose hope in ourselves and stop striving for success. But today, I'm here to tell you something different. Failure is the very essence of success. I happen to be a graduate of MSU, messing stuff up. And I'm pretty sure all of you have received diplomas from there as well. And if you look over there, there should be a picture of my 9th grade self. And this is a metaphor that I am just as awkward as I am now. So I had my saxophone in hand and all. I just graduated MSU with top honors. Yikes. And if you claim you aren't a proud graduate of MSU, you're a terrible liar. Although it's frustrating to feel like you've gone through immense amounts of failure and minimal amounts of achievement, the only way to truly grow in strength and wisdom is to give your genuine effort, whether you succeed or not. Very soon, you will be facing an entirely new set of challenges that will lead you to failure-ridden paths. For some, it's the crippling amount of student debt from college. For others, it's waking up at unspeakable hours to get to work. Wherever you may end up, just know that the most important thing you can do is to try. Resilience from failure will take you to heights that you never could have imagined. If an effort is there, you cannot lose, unless you're the Pittsburgh Penguins. As we graduate today, I want you to take away two things. First, your diploma. Please do not forget your diploma. Second, give everything you have in everything you do. No amount of money or number of majors could substitute effort. Well, $1 billion doesn't sound bad, but still. Give all that you have everywhere you go, and you will never lack success. And just look at us now. We're graduating. Breathe. Keep your eye on the ball. Just swing. Congratulations, North Allegheny class of 2019. I'm so lucky to have crossed paths with all of you, and I wish you nothing less than excellence on your future endeavors. We did it! Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. You may be a graduate of MSU, but tonight you kept your eye on the ball and knocked it out of the park. At this time, 16 of our seniors will perform the senior class song entitled Nothing Like Old Friends, arranged by senior Jack Lopazinski. As they begin to assemble, allow me to introduce them. Our vocalists this evening are Skylar Davidson, Valerie Davis, Evan Diolis, Emma Hackworth, Stephen Humphreys, Drew Hunker, Valerie Malachin, Jane Simon, Maureen Walsh, and Robert Yoho. On the piano, Jack Lopazinski. Playing the guitar, Luke Wood. Playing the bass guitar, Roman Haladio. Playing the trumpet, Maeve Smith. Playing the violin, Aman Khalid. And on the drums, Jacob Hollow.
Wonder where we're going. Who am I to tell me who I am?
Let's take it back and take it every moment. Who am I to tell me who I am?
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name.
Hope when everybody runs, you choose to stay.
Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad.
The only way you can know is give it all you had. Hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain.
When the moment comes, you'll say,
I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places and things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone,
I swear I lived.
I can still find a Wiley's house, riding on my bike with eyes closed.
I can name, every girl that he took out. And from my memory dial his house phone.
Can you take me back when we were just kids, when we weren't scared of getting older? 'Cause no one knows you like they knew you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but the truth is nothing like old friends. Can you take me back when we were just kids, when we weren't scared of getting older? 'Cause no one knows you like they knew you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but the truth is nothing like old friends.
'Cause you can't make old friends. Once in a lifetime means there's no second chance.
So I believe that you and me should grab it while we can. Make it last forever and never give it back. It's our turn and I'm loving where we're at.
Every day of our lives,
Wanna find us there, wanna hold on tight, gonna run while we're young and keep the faith, keep the faith.
Every day of our lives, wanna find us there, wanna hold on tight, wanna run while we're young and keep the faith. Every day. There's nothing like old friends. Who are we to wonder where we're going? Who am I to tell me who I am? Let's take it back and take it every moment. Who am I to tell me who I am? Who are we to wonder where we're going? Who am I to tell me who I am? Let's take it back and take it every moment. Who am I to tell me who I am? Who am I to tell me who I am?
who am I to tell me who I am?
Well, I'll tell you, what a talented group of musicians and singers. Thank you for that outstanding performance. And you know, it's true, over the next few years, you will find some new, old friends, but the friendships that you formed here at North Allegheny Senior High School will be ones that will last forever, and they'll be ones that you will cherish for a long, long time. Now at this time, please join me in welcoming to the podium our second senior student speaker of this evening, Jack Lopazinski.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to take a second to thank you all for coming here to support us tonight. But more importantly, I want to thank you for supporting us, supporting me for all of our time here at North Allegheny. So thank you so much for that. All right, now a little bit about me. I like to compare myself to Oprah. You know, because she has all of her favorite things, yes, but I have my favorite thing. Now, without this thing, there is no way on earth I would have been able to make it through North Allegheny. I've seen it affect my life, and I've seen it affect the lives of my classmates and those around me. So what is this favorite thing, you ask? Rita's Ice. No, I'm serious, just the flavors and the textures and the colors and the fact that it's kind of like ice cream but not really like ice cream. You know, my favorite flavors are a combination of birthday cake and cotton candy, which my mom often calls repulsive, but in all seriousness though, as much as I do love Rita's Ice, my favorite thing is actually hope. Hope. Hope can be the driving force behind what makes our lives and our futures better. Hope can heal us, and the lack of it can hurt us. But what exactly is hope? You know, most people, when they think of the word, think of it as simply a desire for something to happen. But it's so much more than that. Hope is an aspiration, a desire, a wish. It's ambition, it's an aim, it's a plan, but it's a dream. So, let's take a look back at our North Allegheny lives then for a minute, because believe it or not, they have been filled with hoping. And guess what? It all started with our parents. Our parents probably hoped that we'd be happy and healthy kids. They probably hoped that we'd make good decisions and that we wouldn't turn into jerks. But throughout our lives, we did a lot of hoping for ourselves, too. We hoped that we'd pass that test, that we'd finally climb that weird dragon wall thing during the rock climbing unit, that we'd beat Pine Richland in literally everything, every time. Yes, yes. Yeah. We hoped that they would ask us to prom, that we would make the baseball team, that maybe, just for once, Coach K wouldn't show up to gym so I didn't have to get in the 15-degree pool at 9:15 a.m. We hoped that we didn't get that teacher, you know who I'm talking about, that there was extra bacon on our Moe's quesadilla, that, and most recently, that we'd get into our top schools. So now what? What happens now that we finished our hoping for this time of our lives? Because guess what? We did it. We woke up to 2,340 different North Allegheny mornings. We aced our tests, and we climbed those stairs, and we completed that rock wall. So now that it's time to move on, what comes next? The answer is simple. You keep hoping. If we make the decision right now to hope and to work for a better future, that hope will follow us. Because guess what? Hope is what keeps us from giving up. So take your wonderful education, yes, that you've gotten here from the University of North Allegheny, and when you walk out of those gates for the last time today, start hoping for your new future. Hope to open that business. Hope to cure cancer. Hope to become that lawyer or politician. Hope to be that nurse, or hope to be that neurosurgeon. Hope to travel, to experience, to learn. Hope to become the kind of person who can change the world in only the way that you can. When you hope, you can see a future that is better. And when you can see that future that is better, that's when you can begin to create it. Now, I know that it's not always going to be easy. Sometimes you will have so much stress that the act of hoping will feel strenuous to the point of exhaustion. And I'm sorry to say as well, but you also do have to work. You can't just hope. But when you're down, when you're stressed, just remember that you've learned everything you need to know here, including how to hope. And if you keep hoping, just the simple act of having hope will turn you into a more positive and ultimately successful person. Because if we don't have the light of hope, we have despair. So, my fellow students, my hope for all of you is this: hope hard and hope long. Create the kind of future for yourself that you've always hoped to see. Be the kind of person who you've always hoped to find in life. Solve the kind of problems that you've always hoped would be solved. We are sitting here right now because of where our hopes got us. So please don't let your hopes die. And parents, my hope for you is this: please don't cry too much when we leave. And Mom, I'm talking to you. She cried seriously for 6 weeks straight when I left for kindergarten. Oh, and my other hope, parents, is that you don't party too hard either when you leave, because you still have to pay for 4 years of undergraduate education, so sorry about that one. And to each of us, each and every one of us, well, I think that author Shel Silverstein said it best. Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves, then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Jack. And you know, it's interesting, as you were speaking, Rita's just sent me a text, and they would like to offer you a full ride to the University of Central Florida just for your shout out and your endorsement. The students seated before you have dedicated numerous hours focusing on improving their academic capacity while preparing themselves for the next phase of their life. They have been challenged with rigorous coursework and have acquired an array of skills to prepare themselves for a global competitive economy. They have learned to think critically, analyzed and examined data, drawn their own conclusions to authentic situations, and all of this to prepare themselves for success in a changing world. They are 684 strong members, and tonight stand in unison on the threshold of becoming North Allegheny alumni. They have embraced North Allegheny's pursuit of excellence and willingness to achieve in academics, athletics, arts, extracurriculars, and philanthropy. And through this preparation, they have conducted themselves with pride, dignity, and respect. As I reflect upon their collective accomplishments and individual achievements, I see a group of talented students with enormous compassion, strong character, and willingness to assert themselves. They certainly have the potential to have a significant impact on our society. From an academic standpoint, and based on their performance on the PSAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, 26 students were recognized as National Merit finalists. 31 received letters of commendation. 4 received National Merit scholarships, and 7 received special corporate scholarships. 310 students are graduating with high honors, with a grade point average above a 3.8. Among them, 228 are graduating with a grade point average above a 4.0, and 128 will graduate with honors with a grade point average between 3.5 and 3.79. As a class, their SAT and ACT scores exceed the national and state averages. They competed and were highly successful in an array of competitions, including American Math Competition, the Biology Olympiad, and the Chemistry Olympiad. We had national medalists with the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, a state winner in the Benjamin Franklin Scholar Essay Contest, state winners in the Write-Off Poetry Contest and Draw-Off Art Contest, a state award winner in the Letters About Literacy Essay Contest, and local winners in the Western PA Trial Lawyers and Society of Analytical Chemists of Pittsburgh Essay Contest. This year, the Coca-Cola Scholars Foundation recognized 1,896 students nationwide for their capacity to lead and serve, and their commitment to making a significant impact on their schools and communities. 5 students seated before you ambitiously entered this contest and were recognized as semifinalists, and 2 were recognized as Coca-Cola Scholars from a pool of over 95,000 applicants. Only 150 students nationwide earned this recognition. Our music talents were shared with thousands at the regional, state, and national levels. Our orchestra, chorus, and band were all represented at the PMEA state level for a variety of individual recognitions. On the stage, our production of the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee and Good News were both outstanding, with students demonstrating a wide range of talents. Our speech and debate team had multiple students recognized as academic All-Americans, won the District 2 championships, were the Pittsburgh National Speech and Debate Champions, and are currently ranked 16th in the country, which falls within the top 1% of schools nationwide, earning them the recognition as a Pentagon Society by the National Speech and Debate Association. Our Model UN had numerous Best Delegate recognitions, and DECA students performed at extremely high levels in a variety of competitions held in places such as Hershey and Orlando, while earning the highest honor, the Green Level Award. The Nash Variations magazine was recommended for the First Class Award in Pennsylvania by the National Council of Teachers of English. The Silver Award from the Pennsylvania School Press Association's Literary Magazine, and First Place Award by the American Scholastic Association. Many of our students who attend the A.W. Beatty Career Center were featured as Students of the Month and Students of the Year, and all of them acquired an array of skills so they can enter the workforce upon graduation or pursue additional training in their field of interest. Athletically, we have an outstanding group of scholar athletes. 80% of our athletes, including our marching band, maintained a grade point average above a 3.4, with a combined grade point average of a 3.75. Collectively, and once again, very impressive, our teams brought home 16 section titles, 9 WPIAL titles, and to this point, an impressive 5 PIAA state championship titles. They came from girls golf, girls volleyball, boys swimming and diving, and for the first time in state history, both boys and girls cross-country teams captured the gold medal at states. At the conclusion of our ceremony this evening, our boys volleyball team will board their bus chartered for the Pagula Ice Arena at Penn State, where they will defend their state title tomorrow night against Central York. Our baseball team. Our baseball team, with their victory over Pine Richland last night, will compete in the PIAA semifinals this Monday against Central Bucks South at Green Township Field in Scotland, PA. So I have to follow with this, and you know it. Tigers, Panthers, Tigers, the Titan. Let's go, Tigers. And what truly impresses me most about our athletes is their sportsmanship and the manner that they approach the game. Their victories made them humble, their losses made them wise, and their actions made us proud. They are under the direction of our athletic director, Mr. Bob Bizzuto. And where it really counts, our students extended themselves on behalf of others through their generosity and philanthropic efforts. Our student section, our cheerleaders, clubs and organizations sponsored a variety of activities to give to those who are less fortunate. And Tiger-thon, if you have not been to a Tiger-thon event held in the early spring, you are truly missing a special event that offers a glimmer of hope to fight cancer like a tiger. This year, as mentioned earlier, raised over $100,000 under the mantra that no child fights alone in their battle of childhood cancer. This amount nearly tripled our previous record. Our Students Against Destructive Decisions sponsored a mock crash and numerous other activities to discourage and to encourage responsible decision-making. NA Project Water, through their annual dodgeball tournament, raised over $30,000 to aid humanitarian efforts around the world. Players and students participated in a realistic simulation of poverty to help further educate everyone on the challenges some populations face on a daily basis. This year, the event incorporated a student versus faculty game where the championship team faced off versus members of our staff. Most of these games, they were best of three, lasted anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. This game took about 3 minutes. I can still see the image of our last man standing, our school resource officer, Officer Todd Ray. Lying on the gymnasium floor, curled up in a ball and being pummeled by dodgeballs. As of this spring, with the collective funds raised through the support of our community, NA Project Water has funded 2 clean water boreholes, a water harvesting system for Children's Home, and an entire medical and surgical center in Kyanjojo, Uganda. They are a unique class and have certainly raised the bar for those who will follow in your footprints. Thank you for all your service, for your great accomplishments, and for simply being you. The last section of the recognition this evening involves the awarding of scholarships. Please note on pages 10 and 11 of the commencement program, the 71 students receiving scholarships that have been established in memory of or in honor of those of whom the scholarship has been named. We sincerely thank the families and friends of the North Allegheny community for establishing these scholarships. The North Allegheny Scholarship Organization has been proud to award 679 seniors since 1956. To qualify for a scholarship, seniors must first apply. They are then ranked in 4 areas: QPA, standardized test scores, financial need, and school, community, and volunteer activities. This year, we are happy to offer 16 $1,000 scholarships, one of which is given in memory of Dr. Thomas E. Carson, former superintendent of the North Allegheny School District. Please note on page 12 of your program the names of those businesses, organizations, and individuals who have contributed to the class of 2019. We are grateful to the faculty and staff of Nash for donating $4,000 and the Blood Systems Incorporated for donating $3,000. Additionally, we thank Mr. and Mrs. Dale Booker, the classes of 1968, the class of 2017, the John and Mary F. Codencath Foundation and John F. Codencath Jr., Nash Student Council, and both Ingomar and Marshall Middle School student councils for generously donating $1,000 for full scholarships to our seniors this evening. We express our sincere appreciation and thanks to all of the contributors mentioned on page 13 as well. And now, in no particular order, here are the recipients, the class of 2019 North Allegheny scholarships. I would ask that the audience please hold their applause until all 16 names are called. Recipients, reminder, please see me following the graduation ceremony to receive your scholarship letter. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing until all 16 names have been called. Kaylee Cooper, Michaela Oberly, Adele Fernando, Melanie Berkovich, Diane Lee, Casey Yip, Emmanuel Satcho, Angela Gentner, Kayla Brown, Tan Kocha Hilderam, Natalie DeHernish, Carolyn Clark, Emily Meinert, Connor Poisker, Sophia Swenson. And the recipient of the North Allegheny Scholarship in memory of Dr. Thomas E. Carson is Kayla Yip. Once again, we congratulate our scholarship winners. Recipients, please be sure to see me at the end of the ceremony to collect information on how to secure the money. Please be seated. At this time, I ask the following 12 graduates to please stand. Jetta Kroll, appointment to the United States Air Force Academy. Stephen Amador, United States Marines. Charles Meyer, United States Air Force Reserves. Connor Poisker, United States Navy. Zachary Quinn, Air National Guard. Mackenzie Roth, Pennsylvania National Guard. Jesse Schroeder, United States Navy. Stephen Shanahan, Air National Guard. Aditi Elabagarke, United States Navy ROTC Scholarship. Samuel Haver, United States Air Force ROTC Scholarship. Megan George, United States Army ROTC. John Hoover, United States Army ROTC. Since our nation's founding, brave men and women have taken up arms to defend the truths set forth in the Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The graduates standing before you have accepted ROTC scholarships to attend a college or university or have committed to entering the United States military after graduation. We thank them with honor and we wish them well in their journeys. Please be seated. Today, I am confident that the class of 2019 will represent North Allegheny Senior High School in an exemplary manner and give them one final reminder that once a tiger, always a tiger. Therefore, it is with great pride that I invite our superintendent, Dr. Robert Scheer, to the podium. Dr. Scheer, I present to you the class of 2019. I do hereby certify that they have met all the requirements set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the North Allegheny School District. I therefore respectfully request that you accept the class of 2019 and declare them graduated.
Thank you, Dr. Kreider. Congratulations, class of 2019. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to be here with you this evening. Our mission at North Allegheny is to prepare all students for success in a changing world. We do this by focusing on excellence in academics, athletics, arts, and activities, providing each of you a pathway that explores your passions and interests while supporting you academically, socially, and emotionally. And while each of you has charted your own course over the past 13 years, hopefully there are a number of life lessons that you have learned that you will hold near and dear as you continue on your journey forward. So I thought it would be appropriate to share a few lessons that many of us have learned through our own life's journey. A few years ago, I came across a list, and these are some of the lessons that resonated with me the most. I've learned that it takes years to build up trust and only seconds to destroy it. I've learned that it's not what you have in your life, but who you have in your life that counts. I've learned that you can keep going long after you think you can. I've learned that either you control your attitude or it controls you. I've learned that heroes are the people who do what has to be done when it needs to be done, regardless of the consequences or rewards. I've learned that two people can look at the exact same thing and see something totally different. And I've learned that our background and circumstances may have influenced who we are, but we are responsible for who we become. Your journey is far from over, and there are still many lessons to learn. So go make your imprint on the world and make the most of every opportunity. Be kind, be generous, and be happy. But also, be present, right now, here in the moment. I leave you with these words from John Kabat-Zinn. The habit of ignoring our present moments in favor of others yet to come leads directly to a pervasive lack of awareness of the web of life in which we are embedded. This includes a lack of awareness and understanding of our own mind and how it influences our perceptions and our actions. It severely limits our perspective on what it means to be a person and how we are connected to each other and to the world around us. Congratulations, class of 2019. It's a great day to be a Tiger. Dr. Kreider, by the power vested in my office as Superintendent of Schools, I acknowledge that the members of this class of 2019 presented here this evening have attained graduate status as specified by the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the policies of the North Allegheny School District. With sincere congratulations, I declare this class graduated.
Is that good news? That's good news. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready to watch them walk? So am I. They've been seated long enough here. Would the students seated in the first row please rise and prepare yourselves to receive your high school diploma. At this time, I invite Mrs. Josie Brudnock and Mr. Joe Truesdale to the podium to read the names of our graduating seniors. Mrs. Caitlin Ewing will join me to pass out the diplomas. Thank you.
Alexandria Adams.
Kristen Ann Lauer.
Ashley Ann Adams.
Tristan Elisa Lockery.
Tracy Soleil Adams.
Olivia Margot Lawn.
Abigail Sarah Edelman.
Michael Christian Lawrence.
Eric Andrew Agamite.
Zachary Paul Lowry.
Iman Ahmad.
Riley Sebastian Lexo.
Neda Zara Ahmad.
Che Wan Lee.
Sana Ahmed.
Christopher Lee.
Brandon David Alexander.
Daniel Lee.
Rachel Elizabeth Allen.
Diane Dane Lee.
Stephen Antonio Amador.
Robert Lee.
Jacob Ryan Andraco.
Ryan Francis Leonard.
Jacob A. Andrews.
Eric Joseph Lashock.
Devin Michael Angermeyer.
J.P. Lessa.
Dustin James Anarumo.
Christina Lee Lewis.
Aaron Rachel Ariza.
Ella Yaching Lee.
Dawson Jacob Arnold.
Matthew Yi Lee.
Samuel Mark Arago.
David Joseph Lamaro.
Jenna Tatiana Artsberger.
Vivian Joy Lindsay.
Nicole Christine Atkinson.
Christopher Michael Lynn.
Ethan Silas Augustin.
Eric Lou.
Elijah L. Austin.
Cameron Robert Lodi.
Jordana Pearl Avigad.
Jessica Avia Long.
Zachary Joseph Avondo.
Jacob Thomas Lasco.
Brooke Emily Amar.
Amanda Liu.
Grant Wallace Barrel.
Kevin Liu.
Rachel Marie Bukowski.
Aiden Joseph Lynch.
Kavya Balakumar.
Thomas Joseph Lyons.
Nicholas Joseph Baldus.
Benjamin Charles Maenza.
Amulia Bendari.
Mara Bridget Leiden.
Landon Edward Banks.
Jay Mahajin.
Brooke Ashley Barsha.
Jennifer Lynn Mahon.
Tyler Lee Bard.
Valerie Noel Malachin.
Alex Edward Barker.
Elise Raquel Maletta.
Bryn Elizabeth Barnhart.
Mackenzie M. Manjiri.
Tyler Paul Barnhart.
Tyler Joseph Mangown.
Jessica Lynn Berry.
Megan Elizabeth Mannion.
Morgan Noel Bartolomucci.
Samantha Jade Marion.
Laura Patricia Bautista.
Nicole Ann Marnell.
Kieran McGee Beaver.
Rachel Dentel Martindale.
Callie Elizabeth Beck.
Alexis Nicole Martin.
Philip Samuel Beer.
Haley Rose Marunzak.
Kenneth Charles Barrand.
Aiden Robert Mason.
Mitali Balambe.
Bailey Alexander Mastandre.
Elizabeth Belden.
Elizabeth Ann Matthews.
Savannah Delaney Benko.
Ethan George Stair Matson.
Emily Elizabeth Bettler.
Vincenzo Franco Mazer.
Alyssa Michelle Bischoff.
Samantha Lynn McAllister.
Alex Donald Blackburn.
Riley Elizabeth McClellan.
Paolo Nicola Boquicchio.
Alexis Jane McClure.
Ashley Bemke.
Morgan Kelly McConnell.
Donovan Mason Bolin.
Caitlin Lee McDermott.
Jennifer Lindsay Booker.
Nina Ann McElhatton.
Ashley Constance Borg.
Liam Lane McFadden.
Anatol Alexander Borisov.
Lila Grace McGrath.
Joseph Ryan Borsch.
Derek Joseph McGuire.
Jordan Whitty Borcab.
Samantha Grace McGuire.
Melina Lynn Bowser.
Kara Cheyenne Aussie Sam McKinney.
Daniel Boyd.
Kara McLaughlin.
Elijah Boyd.
Claire Jillian McMahon.
Haley Marie Boyles.
Morgan Lynn McVeigh.
June Catherine Bracken.
Griffin Milligan Means.
Leah Lynn Bronstetter.
Cameron Neal Medic.
Nicholas Kirk Bridges.
Allison Elizabeth Meehan.
Dale John Brisky.
Emily Ann Meinert.
Reagan D. Brodeen.
Corey Douglas Melzer.
Todd Broniszewski.
Zeri Janelle Mercator.
Kayla Jesse Brown.
Thomas Edward Mertz.
Ian Timothy Bruner.
Melissa Ross Metzger.
Catherine J. Bryant.
Charles T. Meyer.
Jeffrey Allen Budke.
Ryan Andrew Meyer.
Fong Tran Ten Boy.
Brandon Allen Myers.
Avi Lee Bunn.
Bailey Nicole Mayera.
Julia Burns.
Parker James Mihalik.
Blaze Edward Burton.
Aaron Matthew Miller.
Kyler Lewis Byerly.
Matthew Paul Miller.
Angelo Thomas Cajano.
Joshua Lewis Mitchell.
Victoria Campbell.
Siddharth Mittal.
Aiden Walter Canella.
Wezi Deliso Unkamduwire.
Alfonso Cantu.
John Tyler Montross.
Catherine Kao.
Maxwell Cyril Moore.
Anna Catherine Capria.
Noah Nicholas Morgan.
Dante Francis Caputo.
Sarish Matori.
Camaria Carioto.
Erica Louise Marazik.
Elena Carmody.
Madison O. Mueller.
Kyle Robert Caston.
Aleza Alexandra Mullenkamp.
Carson Alexander Caudle.
Shane Robert Murphy.
Jacqueline Lee Calkins.
Taylor T. Murphy.
Michael Ceccarelli.
Ritika Vidu Nagpal.
Max William Sircone.
Savannah Brooke Nacy.
Jerry Chen.
Daniel Cleary Neophis.
Arthur Cheng.
Caroline Netthrower. Nice.
Jiwoo Chun.
Jessica Lynn Neugebauer.
William Musong Chung.
Caroline Sophia Noel.
William Carl Cherry II.
Paige Lauren Newtbar.
Juliana Chung.
Jalen Alexander Norman.
Ethan Soohyun Chi.
Alexa Marie Noose.
Ganesh Chilukuri.
Reka Liliane Nunoya.
Andy Cho.
Antonio Jameson Obarto.
Kristen Elizabeth Chomos.
Michaela Rochelle Oberly.
Allison Jean Christie.
Caitlin Patricia O'Halloran.
Mark Alexander Shirazi.
Connor Patrick O'Halloran.
Emmy Lee Sykins.
Ryan Joseph O'Neill.
Tori Allen Sykens.
Jared Robert Orwell.
Kara Jane Clark.
Matthew Joseph Ostin.
Blaze Richard Cole.
Pavan Oti.
Joseph Robert Colella.
Robert Joseph Pieski.
Eli Winter Colton.
Joseph Daniel Palermo.
William John Connolly IV.
Drew David Palmer.
Owen Connor.
Stephen Shing Pan.
Jason Timothy Connor.
Sean Patrick Parks.
Gregory Petrus Constantine.
Nadia M. Perobek.
Maria Gracielle Constantine.
Ryan Patrick Partridge.
Jessica Lynn Conway.
Benjamin Harold Pasternak.
Alex Cook.
Lauren Sarah Pavlovic.
Kaylee Marie Cooper.
Kelly Ann Pecora.
Rohan Kalagi.
Adam Dean Peluso.
Olivia Gale Kress.
Zachary George Penrod.
Will Crew.
Grace Perkins.
Emily Victoria Cuba.
Ashley Nicole Petrocelli.
Elizabeth Anastasia Collin.
Justin Paul Farampus.
Sean Cullen.
Olivia Sienna Petropola.
Michael Byrne Curry.
Evan Scott Peterzak.
Harshal Ashutosh Dahake.
Francis Caitlin Pike.
Liam Andrew Donnelly.
Is it me or you? Jared Robert Pillage.
Natalie Sarah Dannenhirsch.
Marie Michelle Pine.
Jared Wesley Dower.
Alexander Solomon Pizoff.
Skylar Britt Davidson.
Connor J. Poisker.
Walker Travis Davidson.
Matthew Daniel Politeski.
Valerie Lynn Davis.
Vivian May Pongrace.
Carly Ann DeArmit.
Ellen Sophia Poplavska.
Lily J. Diebel.
Joey Eugene Porter Jr.
Brianna Lauren DeClever.
Marissa Nicole Potmeyer.
Dominic Joseph DeLuca.
Jamie Lauren Preisendeffer.
Alex Jess DeMarco.
Nicholas Price.
Eric Wolf DeMarco.
Tyler William Pullen.
Natalie Lauren Deemy.
Alexandra Faye Poltoric.
Peyton Elizabeth Dempsey.
Yao Sin Thin.
Jennifer Nicole Dentisi.
Kevin Patrick Koyawema.
Jason William DeMatteo.
Zachary James Quinn.
Connor James Ditka.
Tegan R. Racicott.
Evan Anthony Diolis.
Sana Anis Rafakat.
Ria Rajesh Divekar.
Luke Rocco Rafferty.
Allison Judith Dodd.
Natalie Marie Rainville.
Matthew Smith Donaldson.
Justin Sterling Ramey.
Brennan William Donovan.
Nicholas Ramirez Quintero.
Mary Rose Josh.
Robert Joseph Ranallo.
Tyler Stephen Doherty.
Isabella Santina Randa.
Rachel Kelly Dowd.
Nico James Rankin.
Gemma Renee Downey.
Nisha Neha Rao.
Joshua Matthew Dozier.
Gianna Marie Rao.
Joseph M. Dudek.
Bridget Alana Reardon.
Tyler Joseph Duderstad.
Lauren Paige Rearick.
Alexander Duden.
Oliver Mark Rengers.
Alexander Jordan Dunmeyer.
Addison Nicolette Ristelli.
Jack Eastley.
Bethany Gloria Ricci.
Ian J. Eastwood.
Donovan William Rice.
Christopher Perry Eck.
Tanner Vincent Richard.
Jenna Lise Edelman.
Gerode Frederick Reidenauer.
Aditi Abe Edlabadker.
Mallory Riley.
Michael Daniel Ignazik.
Maggie Elizabeth Riesacker.
John William Ailing.
Paige Alexis Rittenauer.
Nicholas David Ermis.
Madison Mackenzie Robertson.
Mary Catherine Ivankovich.
Quinn Ronald Rodak.
Aaron James Evans II.
Daniel J. Rogers.
Terry Joseph Faber.
Anastasia Romanicek.
Logan Jessica Falk.
Marlon Anna Root.
Seth Faller.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Roth.
Nicholas Michael Farabah.
John Albert Rowley.
Adele Francis Fernando.
Nicole Rue.
Emily Ann Ferens.
Nina Carolyn Ruffalo.
Brooke Lee Faringer.
Bridget Eve Russell.
Alexa Lee Ferris.
Amin Mohammed Sable.
Emily Marie Fickus.
Caitlin Danielle Salzman.
Cora Faith Fiedler.
Madeline Ruth Sarver.
Grace Isabella Fiffick.
Emmanuel Shakina Sacho.
Gunnar Erickson Fisher.
Rachel Elizabeth Shelklin.
Alexandra Sullivan Flagg.
Jesse Robert Schilling.
Kaylee Maria Flavin.
Zoe Gwendolyn Schneider.
Mary Liz Flavin.
Jesse Allen Schroeder.
Connor Michael Foreign.
Matthew James Schulteis.
Laura Ann Foster.
Caleb Grant Schweiger.
Trevor Rogers Freivogel.
Alexander Michael Schwemmer.
Annabelle Shalell Frischling.
Laura Anna Schwendeman.
Noah M. Freilich.
Carson Ann Schweninger.
Olivia E. Fruciano.
John Alexander Seasen.
Joy Fu.
Michaelina Seal.
Emily Fujito.
Abenoff Neil Shaker.
Jessica Lynn Fucus.
Catherine Anastasia Seckinger.
Jared A. Gartner.
Jake Christian Sell.
Nandita L. Ganesan.
Brooke Harper Angela Serbin.
Kara Marie Garland.
Bryn Sierra Catherine Serbin.
Jacob Ryan Gasper.
Roberto Carlo Servano.
Sam Gilosh.
Zachary John Sexton.
Angela Grace Genter.
Amelia Grace Seymour.
Megan A. George.
Tomer Yakil Shamir.
Brian Anthony Galani.
Dylan Thomas Shanahan.
Lauren Grace Gilogoli.
Stephen John Shanahan.
Natalie Jennifer Gleason.
Rebecca Muen Shaw.
Justice Blair Goebel.
Hayden Richard Shimko.
Victoria Lee Gonchar.
Haley Marie Simon.
Mackenzie Joy Gongaware.
Jane Grace Simon.
Mariana Lucia Gonzalez.
Spencer Sipple.
Patrick Kieran Gormley.
Austin Maya Skopov.
Takuma Ryan Goto.
Tyler Slade.
Jacqueline Zoe Gold.
Joshua J. Smallwood.
John Conrad Graham.
Austin Christopher Smith.
Brianne Marie Green.
Caroline Marie Smith.
Connor J. Greenleaf.
Colton John Smith.
Mara Elizabeth Gross.
Jessica M. Smith.
Ariella Grossberg.
Lauren Jamie Smith.
Nicholas Gregory Grumsky.
Leah Suzanne Smith.
Shweta Gudapati.
Maeve Emery Smith.
Emma Grace Gunn.
Mia Nicole Smyers.
Max Richard Gunn.
Samantha Alexis Solanday.
Henrique Gorpilades Marchi.
Caroline C. Spangler.
Emmett Peter Gwaltney.
Anna Catherine Spries.
Emma Noel Hackworth.
Srivatsan Srikanth.
Timothy Scott Hall.
Isha Srivatsavia.
Isabella Sophia Ham.
Elise Gail Steele.
Claire Elizabeth Hanlon.
Benjamin David Steffi.
Jacob Daniel Hansen.
Caitlin Marie Steigerwald.
Rachel M. Harris.
Alexander Robert Stepko.
Damian Dean Hartle.
Mary Catherine Stewart.
Paige Elizabeth Hartle.
Caitlin Joy Stone.
Anthony Alfred Hattrop.
Stephanie Jordan Sturts.
Elena Marie Hari.
Akshaya Sudhakar.
Samuel Grayson Haver.
Delaney Colleen Sullivan.
Alina Patricia Hayes.
Roy Sun.
Megan Rose Healy.
Rin Swan.
Nathaniel Richard Heil.
Evan James Swatchik.
Sinai Rose Heist.
Sophia Annika Swenson.
Emma Alexandra Helliger.
Justin Simons.
Sarah James Henderson.
Alexander Michael Tabacher.
Adam James Hendrickson.
Isabella Brianna Tabuso.
Irene Audralia Hensista.
Amy Tan.
Elizabeth Sarah Harold.
William Thompson Tarley.
John Darcy Hickerson.
Matthias Jefferson Tosato.
Nikolai Lunda Hinsbo.
Andrew Michael Taylor.
Benjamin Cole Hirth.
Jocelyn Edith Tellez.
Roman Michael Hiladio.
Benjamin Ryan Tharp.
Ashlyn Grace Horry.
Zachary William Thomas.
John Michael Hoffman.
Stephen Lucas Thompson.
Cade Michael Hoke.
Parker Thomas Titsworth.
Jacob Lowell Hollenbeck.
Sava Stevan Topich.
Jacob Anthony Hollow.
Vincent M. Toth.
Lindsay Ann Holmes.
Anshul Gopal Tatwani.
John Vincent Hoover.
Barry Morris Trainer.
Maine Hoppo.
Ryan James Tran.
Blake Carroll Hornish.
Timmy Min Tran.
Taylor Ray Hosick.
Zachary James Tredinich.
Julia Howland.
Trevor James Tresser.
Caitlin Hosdick.
Victoria Trong.
Gibby Pierre Ribel III.
Vivian Trong.
Enoch Shao.
Adam Guido Tusick.
Emily Hu.
Avery Reese Tuman.
Ashley Huang.
Isabella Claire Tumalo.
Jerry Huang.
Beza Tonser.
Shannon Elizabeth Huber.
Luke Kevin Turkovich.
Kelsey Amelia Hudson.
Teague Mirtha Urban.
Stephen Alexander Humphreys.
Amber Rose Vanoy.
Drew D. Hunker.
Yauka von Westrainen.
Catherine Rose Hutchison.
Michael Joseph Vento.
Jared Stephen Hydock.
John Theodore Verbershot.
Ushretha Inuganti.
Troy John Vetterall.
Riley Thomas Jackson.
Alexis Megan Vincenti.
Ethan Luke James.
Catherine Rose Vinsky.
Alex Jankowski.
Brandon T. Visconti.
Andrew Connell Jeffries.
Leah Marie Viscuso.
Margaret Johnson.
Alexander Daniel Vlad.
Miles Davis Johnson.
Nathan Everett Voigt.
Brianna Marie Jones.
Shadipto Nefez Wahed.
Grant Lawrence Jones.
Lauren Scott Waldo II.
Paige Elizabeth Jones.
Maureen Alexandra Walsh.
Haley Elizabeth Jusino.
Angelina Wang.
Luke Couture.
Ashley Z. Wang.
Kyle Alexander Kazmarek.
Eileen Lee Wang.
Mila Macy Kalsovic.
Sarah Wang.
Gabe Kanyungo.
William Wang.
Richard F. Karapandi.
Autumn Ward.
Mano Kathir.
Kennedy Ward.
Eleni Marie Katzis.
Jake Wazaleski.
Christopher Charles Katyal.
Dylan Michael Watkins.
Owen Walter Cagle.
Stephen Adam Weber.
Olivia Kimberly Kelly.
Shay Ann Weibel.
Megan Colleen Kelly.
Anna Liberto D'Amatos Weinstein.
Nathan Kelly.
Christopher Joseph Weller.
Aman Khalid.
Nicholas Robert Welsh.
Sumir Ufzul Khan.
Alexander Andrew Wirtz.
Mary Corey.
Rebecca Irina Wirtz.
Natalie Ann Kiefer.
Isaac Dylan West.
Elena Natalie Kim.
Grace Nicole Whipke.
Ethan Heesoon Kim.
Olivia Grace Whitaker.
Ryan Jihoon Kim.
Brendan Wilson White.
Subin Kim.
Dawson Elliott White.
Young Kim.
Rebecca Inez Wickett.
Zachary Paul Kinney.
Jake Allen Williams.
Bryce Xavier Kissack.
Kenneth Charles Williams.
Evan Jerome Kitterly.
Caitlin Grace Wilson.
Kara Klein.
Samuel Lewis Wilson.
Ian Mitchell Klinkner.
Kayla Marie Wisniewski.
Dennis P. Knepp.
Elizabeth Lorraine Woods.
Tan Coach.
Jack Christopher Wright.
Andrew Patrick Coaches.
Caroline Wrigley.
Tan Coach Yildirim.
Roshi Shing.
Samantha Gail Kegler.
David Shu.
Spencer Bernard Coleman.
Rhea Yadov.
Daniel Colano.
Colby Michael Yaglowski.
Allison Elizabeth Collitz.
Sunvi Nishanth Yalamarthi.
Surya Komonduru.
Mafumi Yamada.
Kian Scott Koros.
Richard Ray Yonchev.
Sydney Aaron Korvick.
Gloria Yee.
Cassandra Korvink Kaczynski.
Harrison Yen.
Catherine Elizabeth Costco.
Casey Wanyang Yip.
Sarah Kovacic.
Kaylee Wanke Yip.
Devin Mark Krakowski.
Robert William Yoho.
Brian Donald Kramer.
Jean Ran Yu.
William Joseph Kraus.
Benjamin Yu.
Shannon Mary Kress.
Victor Yu.
Jetta Faye Kroll.
Samuel Jr. Ewan.
Eliaza May Kruk.
Micah Aaron Zarnick.
Cassidy C. Kuffner.
Jeremiah Edwin Zemet.
Kaylee Elizabeth Kugler.
Jaiwei Zhang.
Alexis Key.
James Zhang.
Samuel Lois Labash.
Shuan Zhao.
Spencer Servone Langell.
Andrew D. Ziegler.
Andrei Lasovsky.
Alec Evan Zimmerman.
Jordan Robert Latta.
Benjamin Zhao.
McChesney Marie Latta.
Alexander Michael Zubro.
Chloe Lauer.
Nicholas Joseph Zurchin. Patrick M. Zwick. Now for the graduates on stage. Commencement speaker number 1, Elizabeth Faith Rapp. Commencement speaker number 2, Jack Benjamin Lopasinski. Publicity Director of the class of 2019, Reed Alexander Sotheby. Treasurer of the class of 2019, Melanie Berkovich. Secretary of the class of 2019, Antonia Maria Christou. Vice President of the class of 2019, Roma Ranade. And the 36,260th graduate of the North Allegheny High School, the president of the class of 2019, Chimwemwe Michael Matoli.